Hey everyone, it's Lori with Farmhouse Stencil Shop. In this video, I'm just going to be stenciling a cute little shelf sitter. So the first thing that I'm doing is using some black acrylic paint. It's just flat paint, and I'm just going to brush that on as my surface paint. Once this coat of paint is dry, I am then going to just sand the edges with my little sander and just clean it up really good and get it ready for stenciling. After sanding, you want to make sure that your surface is wiped clean of all debris. I'm placing my stencil on my board, and then I'm just going to take a little piece of painter's tape and hold it in place with that. For my letters, I'm using Waverly chalk paint in the cashew shade, and I'm also using a makeup wedge to stencil on my letters. Just a reminder, when you're stenciling, you always want to have your paper towel handy so you can offload any excess paint onto your paper towel. You also don't want to be pressing down really hard because this could cause you to squeeze extra paint out of your sponge, and any additional paint can seep under your stencil, causing a mess that you would have to clean up later. Okay, let's remove the stencil and see how it looks. I'm really happy with that. I got clean lines, no bleeding, and no messes to have to fix. So it's always a good day when you don't have any messes to fix. All right, the next thing that I'm going to do is take a fine tip brush and I'm going to paint the bridges. The bridges are the pieces of plastic on your stencil that is used to hold in the middles of letters like O's and E's. So it leaves a little line in your words, and so in my opinion, it looks best if you paint these. This is an optional step. You don't have to paint your bridges, but if you can, I would recommend that you paint them. In my opinion, it gives the sign a nice finished look. After my sign is dry, I'm going to take some stain and just stain the entire sign, front and back. I am using Bare Premium stain in the Early American shade. It's one of my favorite shades. So I'm just going to stain over the whole sign, and this gives it a nice antiqued look. And I also always stain the backs of my sign because it gives the sign a finished look. I personally do not like to paint the backs of signs. I don't want any kind of paint to rub off on someone's wall. So I find that staining works really well. If you are a crafter that's a fan of all the craft items that Dollar Tree has to offer, you can find these little hearts there. I purchased a whole bag of them. So I'm just using one for this project, and I'm painting it black to match my little shelf sitter. I like to use homespun fabric to make bows. So I have just ripped off a long strip of fabric, and I'm going to tie it at one end of the sign to make a cute little bow. I have a bag of little wooden hearts that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and I have painted one of those wooden hearts black, and I'm just going to glue it in the middle of the bow. Then I'm going to take a little button and secure that in the middle of the heart. And that's it. I hope that you like the video. I hope that you'll let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I appreciate you watching.